The Finance Minister-designate, Ken Ofori-Atta, appeared before the Appointments Committee for 2 days last week to be vetted for the role. On Monday, the committee presented its report to the House recommending its approval by consensus.
The committee, by consensus, recommends to the House to approve the nomination of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta for appointment as Minister responsible for Finance. In conclusion and recommendation, Speaker, the committee, after deliberations on the nomination of His Excellency the President for the ministerial appointment and in accordance with Article 265+1 of the 1992 Constitution and Order 172 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, recommends for the approval of the House the nomination of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta for appointment as Minister responsible for Finance.
The leaders of the House contributed to the report on the nomination. The House, through a voice vote, approved the report and his nomination.
Get fund, 1.5 billion. He came to this House. Mr. Speaker, I withdrawn the words irresponsible. So, for the record, he withdrawn. Mr. Speaker, Get fund is withdrawn. Get fund, he is not managing it responsibly. 1.5 billion. Get fund has difficulty accessing their own money. Yet they have earmarked resources of VAT, a percentage of VAT, that ought to be dedicated to them for their own purposes. They are going to create some other vehicle to be a liaison between Get Fund and the payments of their money. That is wrong. Contractors of Get Fund need their money and need immediate payments of their money. And I think that the earlier, the better. Today, National Health Insurance is operating on a bond, also borrowed money. His physicals, he is not reporting accurately. Fiscal deficit as a percentage of GDP because he doesn't want us to censor him under the Fiscal Responsibility Act. I can understand that post-COVID, he is not liable to it. So, Mr. Speaker, we are particular about the PIAC report and we will follow through a reconciliation of the account with PIAC.
In particular, in respect of the McKinsey contract with GRA, the Public Interest Accountability Committee reconciliation of the oil revenues, the list of persons recruited by the ministry as directors during this first term, and finally, the Public Procurement Authority savings. The Speaker, if there are further issues, we believe after the event, the House could invite the Minister to respond and give details. But, Speaker, I believe where we are, we can now put the question.
Earlier, the absence of the Health Minister, Kweku Agyeman-Manu, to answer questions on the floor of the House drew the anger of the Speaker, who issued a 2-hour ultimatum to the Minister.
It's important for me to urge ministers to work with the leadership of the majority. Very, very important. You must have cogent reasons why you will not be available yourself to transact business that you have submitted to the House, government business that you have submitted to the House. It's really embarrassing for leadership of majority to inform the House that I don't have information why the minister is not available, and therefore to use past knowledge to try and justify it. It's not proper. I will grant the leave and I will allow the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations to lay the report for and on behalf of the Minister for Trade and Industry. But please, just for today, after today, we will not grant such leave again.